Welcome back to the St. John's Speed Shop, fellow modelers. Update number 2 on the Beater Police Interceptor. I'm putting together for the Rust Bucket group build hosted by Mars Garage. I gotta admit, I'm having a good time with this. I've never beat up a paint job like this. Yeah, I constantly feel like I'm doing something wrong because it looks like shit, which is the whole idea. Yeah, it's really funny. I gave the body a base coat of Tamiya haze gray, and then taped up the areas where I wanted the paint peeled. And it took forever to get a good even coat of white. In some cases, the gray was still showing through a little bit, but that worked in my favor because it just made the paint look beat up. Especially when I weathered it with the Tamiya weathering kits. Those things are awesome. Try them if you haven't. Really having a good time with this. The decals I got off of eBay, they laid down real nice, responded excellent to decal solvents, but they will only work on white paint. Anything dark, and they become instantly transparent, which ain't a bad thing because the panel lines show through, which is cool. You know, I trimmed them anyway, but that actually worked in my favor. But these decals will only work on white paint. Well, let's get into this. Starting with the chassis. The single solitary hubcap was shaded with Tamiya black washed and dull coated. The other 3 rims were given a flat black coat and weathered with Tamiya weathering kits, the rust powders. The bottom of the car, real easy to achieve this effect. Spray it flat black. Give it a heavy and thorough dry brushing of a brown. You know, pick a shade of your likes and give it a heavy dry brushing with brown. Then go over that with a tan color, something lighter, just to hit the edges. And for the exhaust system, I used again the Tamiya weathering kits, the rust color. I wanted that to stand out from the rest of the chassis. I applied it wet and heavy, and when it dried, I hit it with a dull coat. And after all that, I gave it another dusting with the Tamiya sand powder from the weathering kits. Those things are awesome. There's our other rusty wheels. But that came out nice. Get to our interior. I went with German gray for the interior. Parts fit was excellent. There's a snap together kit. But real easy build, excellent parts fit. The cage was sprayed flat black, and then the lower half was given I sprayed silver, stainless steel look, and with a little bit of silver applied to the brake light, and then some Tamiya clear red. That pops. It should look good. Got a little computer in there. Got a nice decal for the gauge, the instrument panel. But I'm happy with that so far. And the floor is painted flat black. And then I use the Tamiya weathering kits again to really dirty it up. Because these cars, even when they're clean, their floor is still filthy. But it's black with a heavy dusting of Tamiya. I think I used the mud powder for that. There's our glass all painted up. That should look good. Now the grille, I want contrast between the grille and the headlights. Come on, focus. So the grille was, everything was given a black wash. The grille and the decal were, I hit with the future floor polish. And the rest of the lenses, I brushed down some dull coat. So they contrast real nicely just using, opposite clear coats. And that lens there, I just painted that Tamiya clear orange. And this lens, I just removed it all together. broken lens. Got our heavily chipped lower bumper skin, or whatever you want to call it. Come on, focus. Oh well, nothing spectacular there. Now let's get to the body. Well, I was hoping that decal was gonna. I wanted to put the decal over the gray primer, but it just shone right through. So I just removed whatever covered the primer because these decals stay in place even though the paint chips off. But everything laid down real nice. Got our rusty and rusted wheel wells. I'm going to do a little more work to that. That's going to be our missing turn signal. I drilled a hole out there for the wiring. There's our crusty hood. I'm happy so far with this. Gotta add a little rust to the bullet holes, I'm thinking. But overall, I'm happy with the results. It just feels like I'm doing something wrong because this paint is looking pretty foul. But that's the whole idea, and it's just kind of weird. But that's about it for this video. Hopefully this car will be done today. I gotta add some more rust and a little bit of dull coat here and there. So plus the solvent is still drying on some of those decals. But hopefully tonight or tomorrow at the latest, I'll have the finished product for you. With that, I am out of here and back to work on this Beater Crown Vic. Adios.